I would like to begin my speech with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King once said that not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great because greatness is determined by service. I choose this quote because I believe many of you may not receive the public recognition or fame that you truly deserve for the work you do every single day. True greatness lies in your dedication to service. In alignment with Dr. King's words, your commitment to inspiring learners and empowering future generations to realize their potential is immeasurable. The impact that you have on us is truly great. My name is István Kiss, and it is truly an honor to stand in front of you. When I was first presented with the opportunity to share my IB experience, I was in the final stages of finishing my extended essay. So when my principal approached me with the task of delivering this speech, I casually replied with a simple, "Yeah, sure," not knowing that I would find myself in front of 1,600 teachers, educators, and directors, and other valuable members of the IB community. So true to the spirit of an IB student, I began my research, applying my ATL skills that I have accumulated throughout my time in the MYP and now in the DP. And this involves many different things, such as listening to previous speakers from past IBGCs, of course, respecting their academic integrity and not directly stealing their ideas. So one speech in particular stood out to me, and that was orated by Annie Wong over the 2022 San Diego IB Global Conference. She referred to all of you as her heroes. I cannot agree more with Annie on her points. You truly are heroes, not because of the title or recognition that you hold, but because of the profound impact that you have on the lives of students, schools, and communities beyond. In addition to agreeing with Annie on her point of view being our heroes, I also agreed with other points that she mentioned, such as that the IB is one of the most rigorous programs that we could embark on, or that by the end of the program, we will have an incredibly high tolerance for caffeine thanks to our higher level subjects. But you see, the IB is not just this demanding journey filled with late-night study sessions and stress. It is also a unique opportunity for us to become more resilient and foster connections on a local and on a global level alike. And you, our heroes, are at the very heart of all of it. Growing up in a traditional Hungarian family where most of my relatives from the past 300 years have followed the same career paths and attended the same institutions, I always found myself feeling slightly out of place. Not in any obvious way, of course, because my name, István, is one of the most common names in Hungary. In fact, I'm the 8th István Kiss in my family. And not by looks either, because I very much look like my dad and my grandfather, despite the obvious age difference that we have. So the similarities do run deep. But despite this strong sense of tradition, I felt my own path beginning to branch in a different direction. And this shift became clear during one of my biking trips with my mom that we usually did to a nearing town called Pallag. As we rode past an apple orchard, a large billboard caught my eye. It said that this land will soon be home to the campus of the International School of Debrecen. It seemed an unlikely place for such an announcement, an ordinary orchard, but now I know that the inspiration often comes from the most unexpected places. That moment marked the beginning of my IB journey, a path I had not anticipated, but one that felt distinctly my own. So as we continued our rides with my mom, something began to unfold on that land. Slowly but surely, a spaceship-like futuristic building started to emerge from the ground. What was once a field of trees was transformed into a hub of innovation, learning, and inspiration. The International School of Debrecen was born, creating a place and a space for students to grow into potential changemakers. My family, despite seeing me stepping away from our dated tradition in favor of something unexpected, was surprisingly positive. They stood by me through the small moments of doubt to the larger breakdowns alike. You see, being the forever senior at my school, because due to the school being so young, we are the first graduating class in the school, we always felt that we had some extra challenge that we had to face. From teacher changes to language barriers, there was always something to worry about. With the start of the DP, even more pressure was put on us, which I know will ultimately be worth it, but you see, it is complicated. So there were afternoons when I felt my pull to just go back to the pre-mapped plan that my family had for me. Regardless, I pushed forward, and my perseverance wasn't just mine, it was also shared with my teachers and family. And you see, these educators guided and encouraged me throughout this journey. With Miss Christine Hawkinson as my advisor, her support always came in the form of simple yet powerful messages like, "You got it, kiddo." Thanks to her encouragement, I felt ready to embark on the journey and be part of the crew of ISD's spaceship. What makes my school and the IB on a larger scale truly special is just not the name. It is the people who make up the community and the opportunities that these people provide us with. You, educators, well, you play an incredible role in shaping our futures. You are the ones who help us discover whether we will become doctors, lawyers, or who knows what else. You help us realize our own potential. Through the guidance of my IB teachers, I gradually transformed into a true IB learner. Their encouragement, along with the lessons that they taught, helped me to fully embrace the IB learner profile and develop the qualities necessary for future leaders. I adapted to the approaches to learning skills and engaged in, sometimes tiring, but still rewarding process of reflecting on my CAS. This journey was not just about academic growth, it was about personal transformation. The exposure to different cultures, perspectives, and ideas fundamentally changed me. I cannot pinpoint the exact moment when, but there was a day when I realized I was no longer the same person. I started to see the world and my place in it differently. I wasn't just a student, I was part of something bigger. I had become part of a global community shaped by the influence and dedication of my IB teachers, peers, who inspired me to think beyond myself and my immediate surroundings. Being part of this IB community also means that we share experiences that connect us on a larger level, regardless of where we are in the world. A perfect example of this came over this summer when I was in the lucky position of representing my country in a US State Department project called BFTF at Purdue University. One of our mentors is actually sitting here amongst you. My roommate was an individual from the Czech Republic who I have never met before. He introduced himself by obviously saying that he too was staying the DP. Despite coming from different backgrounds and cultures, we instantly found common ground through our shared journey in the IB. We exchanged stories, shared our CAS reflections, and of course, questioned the very nature of our own existence, thanks to TOK. So now, as I stand here at the end of my IB journey, I do so as a proud student council president, a fencer, a volunteer, and an overall proud student. I've evolved into someone who deeply cares about global politics, the environment, social issues, and yes, even electromagnetic fields. Okay, the last one might be a bit of a stretch, but electromagnetic fields are indeed fun. With my EE, I've learned the value of perseverance and persistence, reflection, and curiosity in topics I'm passionate about. My CAS journey pushed me beyond what I think I was capable of, opening doors to experiences I never imagined. TOK taught me the joy of thinking critically and the importance of sharing my perspective while owning others' viewpoints as well. Through all of my other subjects, I've learned balance. I've learned how to juggle academics, extracurriculars, and time effectively. But what stands out to me, though, is the role that you as educators play in all this, in helping us to reach our potential. You are the inflection points in our lives, guiding us to turn our dreams into reality. Your guidance helps us to see ourselves and the world around us better. So no pressure, just a small responsibility, right? As Dr. King dared to dream, you must also dare to dream. But dream big. Dare to change the world by impacting the lives of others for the better. Remember, the influence that you have on us, on your students today, will shape the leaders of tomorrow. Leaders who will carry forward the IB's vision of creating a more just and harmonious world. So whether you're new to the IB, just starting to get used to the IB acronyms, or you're a seasoned IB lifer, just taking part in shaping a new spaceship-like school in an apple orchard, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you very much for your dedication, and thank you so much for listening.